This does, in fact, put them...
It puts them right. It guarantees them upper bracket. It might put them in front of 4 Zoomers if they 2-0 this.
Interesting. That's a rough... Wouldn't they be tied in score with 4 Zoomers? What was their head-to-head again?
Zoomers and Team Zero, they went 1-1.
So they'd have to do I guess, would they do a tiebreaker for second place?
No, that goes to the burger score, which is the combined win-loss of all of your opponents or something.
So they would get ahead of them there because they had beat Quincy Crew, who just won everything.
Think so.
Yeah.
You know, the burger score is confusing, man. I don't try to pretend like I understand it. How does it work here again? Combined match score of teams beaten. Of teams beaten, not would Quincy Crew be considered? Does that count 2 O's or just 1-1? You know, or does that only count 2 O's, or does it also include 1-1 rather?
I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to understand the mechanics behind burgers.
Yeah, you know, we may be from NA, but burgers super complex.
Yeah, super complex stuff. Dish. The rest of the world looks to us in envy. Speaking of envy,
I was gonna say nice transition. I saw that one coming. Well done.
It's been picked up. Yeah, getting a little bit better at this casting thing.
Yeah.
I think get some cake coners in the chat for that. For that transition. Clockwork picked up as well. It's going to be super hard for Shadow Shaman to play into Clockwork. Just able to run at him. He's never going to get his shackles off. It's looking kind of questionable, but maybe the Brackstreet boys know something that we don't. They did manage to take game number 1.
Drow Ranger.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That isn't a good one.
You don't like this?
No, I hate this. I've seen this unfold so many times. I think it's great with the Wisp. I think it's great with the Beastmaster. I think it's good with the Clockwork, but you're up against the Sven. As soon as he gets his Aghanim Scepter, he is always going to be on top of you. And there's the D-spell. Your roar, goodbye to that one. Taking a page out of 4 Zoomers book. Omni Knight has been seeing a lot more popularity recently. So they're going to put that in the pause 5. And remember how much work this did the other day? The Heavenly Grace on top of the Sven, and it's scaling with your God Strength. It is just too good.
Yeah, if you thought you could like silence this Sven and maybe bring him down, there's just no way. He's just gonna have an infinite status resist. Probably just goes for like your standard damage into Aghanim Scepter, like have status resist from SNY Satanic. Does so much work. The thing is, the reason I like the Drow here is because it destroys the Bloodseeker lane. Like his lane becomes so difficult to actually to work. I think you put the Clockwork here and you take IO with the Beastmaster off lane to try and do as much damage to the Sven, slow him down. And now what we see is this Bloodseeker, he will struggle against Drow Clockwork pretty heavily. I don't know how you take that lane. And Shadow Shaman's not a particularly strong laner as well. You talked about him just suffering to Clockwork generally as a hero, not only in the lane, but also just in the game.
Yeah, he's incredibly difficult to deal with in the lane. And I'm thinking about this Clockwork up against the Shadow Shaman and the Bloodseeker. You know, it's as you say. You have these two together, it would be amazing to be able to hold people down, said that blood rate, but that's never going to happen with Battery Assault.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what exactly they do here. Is if they change things up, do they run Sven aggressively? Because Drow, even if they try to run...
You could run it aggro. You're right. You could do that. You could run the Sven in the offlane and the Drow.
You could, but even then, it feels as if Drow is going to come out on top there. It's hard to gap the distance between... yourself and the Drow Ranger when you're on this Sven when there's a Clockwork between the two of you. He can slow you down with the Battery Assault. He can hold you into the cogs. It's super hard. There's one of your gap closers. Let's go. Mid lane Snapfire.
Yeah.
You know, this thing, it's done a lot of work. It's also fallen off pretty hard.
You know, Leroy did not have a great performance on it last time, but we know he's good on this hero. He does play it really well. And as you pointed out, it's a great gap closer. And I would like to see how they use that this game, getting on top of the Drow. You don't even have to send the Sven in. You can send literally anyone on your team in, and it will be good. Okay, that is a great pick.
You liking that one? The
Yeah.
Quinn Storm Spirit? It's been a while. I mean, you have a lot of lockdown here. You've got Cookie. You have the instant disable with no cast point in the form of Hex on Snaking.
Yeah.
I think if he gets an early Blink Dagger, it can shut Quinn down, and they don't have any D-Spell for it. They have a little bit of save in the form of MSS, but this Storm, it's either going to do amazing or it's going to get shut down by Snaking, depending on when Snaking can grab a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I will say he does have to be careful, right? I don't know if I think going Lincoln's is way too safe, but we might see him opt for like a Yules at some point. Well, you can't even build Yules against Sven, so he's just gonna buy a BKB eventually, is what he's gonna buy. Gosh,
Yeah.
Sven is so dumb. What a dumb hero. I'm so sick of Sven. I'm so sick of this Dispel talent at 15. It literally makes the game not fun.
Yeah, I was talking to Brax about that one. He was streaming. Everyone was when I came in, everyone was talking about Sven and how broken he is, and that his 15 talent. I was like, the worst thing about this thing is if it was at level 25, alongside the other two, you would struggle to.
You'd pick it 100%.
You pick the 20. You pick the D-Spell, right?
I would pick the D-Spell 100%. It's a free nullifier. How do you not take that? That's like not 7,000 net worth, basically.
Like, it's not just that. It's like when you get on top of them at the exact same time, they lose their Yules, they lose their Glimmer Cape. A lot of abilities are countered out immediately as well. It just shuts down so much.
And it applies the Dispel first, doesn't it? Before your auto attack. So you get the free auto on top of the Dispel. You can't build Glimmer Cape, you can't build Yule Scepter, you can't build Ghost Scepters. Your only options are Aeon Discs and Lincolns and Lotus Orbs. Because Lotus Orb can reflect, but if he builds BKB, he just walks right through it. So it is just such... God, yeah, it's the dumbest talent in the game. I don't know how this is allowed. I think this was added when Sven was being ran mostly as a support. And that was the idea behind it, was, Sven support, give him a D-Spell talent so you can just run around and Stormhammer people. And then when they added the Aghanim Scepter, it became a lot more questionable.
Yeah, I mean, everything to support is on the left side of this talent tree, right? Like the extra mana regen, the Stormhammer D-Spell, the cooldown, the extra stun duration. But at this point, as you were talking about, he's able to get on top of heroes when you can close that gap, when you can break through a lot of like being disabled and just Stormhammer through. It does too much now. You just have to deal with them wailing on you for 2 seconds unless you can build like a super expensive Lotus Orb, and even then he can counter it out with a BKB.
Yeah. And Lincoln's feels like an incredibly underwhelming item, right? To me, I think Lincoln Sphere is one of the worst items in Dota unless it's a really good Lincoln's game. It just doesn't seem to offer a whole lot in most games because there just is better options, I think, itemization-wise. Either ones that are cheaper or ones that just do more for you. And buying a Lotus or buying a saving up for an ultimate orb as a support or sometimes even as a core just to get a Lincoln Sphere sucks.
Whoa. His effigy works and mine doesn't from 2015.
Which one's the 2015? Oh, yeah, the gold one?
Oh wait, no, is it maybe I have the 20 did they come out in 2014?
I have, yeah, I think so.
Okay, then I have the
TI4?
2014. Yeah, I think the TI4 ones are bugged.
I think I have one of each. I'd have to look. So I definitely have effigies from 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But I don't know. I'd have to look if I have the TI4 effigy. I love hats, but I don't know much about the effigies.
It's the 2015 I have, and it's got 215 statue commands. I thought I had more than that.
Well, MSS's apparently works.
Whatever, man. I don't have the gold one though.
Oh, you don't have the gold block?
Yeah.
I have so many of those like random blocks sitting in my inventory, and I just have no idea what to do with them.
Yeah, same. I only wanted the one. I lack the creativity I had 5 years ago.
I know, our boomer brains, man, they're getting to us. SVG positioned pretty well here to try and snipe one of these runes. Brax on the Bloodseeker though. He's too busy dropping sprays on the ground to worry about things like a clockwork.
Yeah, he'll probably drop the blood, right? Try to connect this one with the enemies. Yeah, he's gonna. Does he go in? No.
Yeah, that'd be so scary, man. You just have Frost Arrow leveled immediately from your battery assault. I don't see how you could live there.
Yeah, MSS would help run them down. The extra movement speed going to the drow range would make that even more difficult. So you get a bit of harass at the cost of sub mana at the start. But you'll probably get all that mana back by the time you actually want to throw out the next blood rate. Top lane, turn Linvian move. But let's watch mid for a little while because MSS, he's rotating over here.
Look at this.
They need to throw it at the same time.
Yeah, they do.
Look at that combination play by MSS and Quinn, everybody. Getting him that extra 102 gold.
2 gold and experience. It doesn't. Don't words give like 50 experience, or maybe it's 100 experience, but it was split.
Yeah, it was split.
Yeah, so it's 100 XP in this split. Wow.
Look, and he's level 2 already. How do you deal with this man? He's already so powerful as a mid laner.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
You just try to think about, you know, what you can do differently. Quinn, the absolute god gamer. All right, I'm curious how Sven Envy does in top lane versus Lelis's Beastmaster, because this seems like it should be a pretty decent lane for the Beastmaster. You do have Omni Knight, which makes this kind of difficult, though. Because you can just Stormhammer into a Purification, right? That seems pretty scary.
Yeah, the Storehammer, he purifications you. I mean, the Heavenly Grace, it's even going to, like, make it difficult to zone Envy. So you're going to have the same problems that you did last game, but, like, in a different way. The extra strength is to make it easy for Envy to trade as well. So no purification there, but the extra damage and, of course, him negating some of that harass. 14 HP regen a second, which is 1 point in Heavenly Grace. So you get the extra from both having the bonus strength and from the regen bonus that Heavenly Grace provides you.
He also happens to go the double ring of regen. Oh, bottom lane Shaman. First Blood Jerry on point today. Look at that. He does it. First Blood goes to UR, and they're going to chase after Brax. And he get him. Gets the cogs. Just gets that level 2. Bloodright goes down. Brax trying to take down SVG. He's going to get a lot of health back. He survives. Well played from Brax, knowing his limits, popping that Fairy Fire.
Unfortunately, he didn't manage to get any items dropped to pass over to Snake King there. But, you know, he'll live.
Yeah.
The Snake King, I think he was already teleporting, but that was like threading the needle right there. It's, okay, if you stay there until I get this kill, great, but I need you down here in case anything goes wrong as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So we did kind of know that this lane is going to be difficult for the Shadow Shaman, right? It's just a bad matchup in general against the Clockwork. You have a Drow Ranger who can pretty much zone out anyone. They're multi-shots in. Gonna hit them both, Brax. Nice Blood Ride does connect with both heroes in the bottom lane, but just gonna be this is gonna be kind of rinse and repeat for Quincy. I feel like they're just gonna keep harassing out Brax and Snake King.
Yep, until he has enough points into thirst that he's able to heal off all the damage that War can do to him.
Yeah. Ooh, he went for the second point in Blood Rite. Okay. I wasn't sure if he'd go 2 points in Blood Rite or 2 points in the Thirst.
The damage does scale quite nicely, given that it's pure damage. So 60 per level is like better than most spells.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's we can talk mid for a moment here, as long as these guys will get off each other for a moment in bottom lane.
Quinn is crushing it. 22-5 to 14-5. He's looking real good, man. When doesn't Quinn look good, though?
Once in a while, they manage to, I guess, zone him out, but I think it's just every matchup he plays, he does so good. I don't know. 11k player, rank 1. This is what you'd expect. Bottom lane.
Ooh, he gets the shackle. He's not quite there yet on SVG, taking a lot of damage. You should make it under the tower pretty easily, though. He's going to turn with the multi-shot. A creep actually tanks up quite a few of those arrows. He'll try and just harass down Brax and Snake King. You got to be careful. Snake King's basically hitting almost as hard as Treant Protector, right? He's like the highest, one of the second highest base damage heroes in the game.
Yep. I call him range Treant Protector quite a bit. I think there might be one. I think it's Treant, somebody else, and then Shadow Shaman. I forget who, though. I don't remember who. Tiny. Is it Tiny?
Yes, I think it is Tiny.
Someone will correct me about that one. It's not Tiny. Tiny's got less than him now. Just wouldn't double check. Doesn't matter. Let's talk double damage.
Maybe he is second. You never know. He might be second.
He needs it. He's still not getting picked.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, Clockwork. Is he going to get it? He's pretty quick, the Windlace, but it's not going to happen. The Blood Rite, the Shackles, he's dead, right? They should be able to chase this down there. These cogs are too good. Burns out so much mana. He's going to take their rune as well. Dude, SVG, this madman. Does he cogs TP? Does he do it?
He doesn't. Oh, he's
Nah,
got.
there's no
he
way.
doesn't
He
have
walks
mana
right
for
into
bolt.
Ryoya.
Oh, no.
Quinn has a
Quinn's
DD rune and he's level 6. He's gonna go on this Snapfire for sure, and he finds this kill. All right. This is what you have to worry about. The Quinn Storm, baby. It's coming online just 5 minutes into the game.
What was that? The 200 IQ SVG play where he goes out of position, snags the enemy rune, stops Roya from grabbing that one as well. Does die to him, but he's only fattening up that little piggy so Quinn can slaughter him.
Yeah, this kid's tactical feeding, right? That's what it's always been called.
Yeah, exactly. The team like Quincy Crew, a player like SVG, would you expect anything else from that man?
No, not at all. Moo, top lane, taking so much harassment damage from Lelis and MSS there.
The MSS, he's what are they doing here with this creep wave? I'm curious.
Which one? The
On
Beastmaster?
top lane, yeah.
Oh, they're just pulling it away from the Sven. Yeah, they just don't want to get. They don't have to like worry about getting cleaved. They'll farm it up on the hard camp here.
Yes, he is doing a bunch of damage with this one. The Heavenly Grace making it a little bit worse. He's maxing out the cleave, has no points in Warcry. He's feeling very confident that he won't go down with Moo behind him here.
MSS sniping the potato. Bottom lane, you use Clockwork. Nice rotation from Ryoya. They do have the Mortimer Kisses available, so Drow actually hiding way back beneath the behind the tower, which is really smart from UR here.
If you manage to get a shackle, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Oh, playing very aggressive already, and they're going to do a bunch of damage to this tower with the catapult. I'm surprised that Roya isn't down there with his team hitting the tower.
I think he's heading back mid. Look at your mid tower. Ooh, he gets a regen as well. All right, Quinn is just having the best game of his life right now. He's having a wonderful time. Nearly 50 CS. He has this regen rune. Just going to harass out these this mid lane Omni Knight who's trying to take his tower. And he's going to TP bottom pretty much immediately, looking for Brax here. SVG trying to get close enough. Does he make the zip? No, he does not. He's just going to walk back now.
I don't know about that one. He's walking around the long way. He didn't want to walk through the creep wave of the enemies there. Roya's got the reads, though. He knows that something's up. You know, Quinn TP's away immediately. The question is, can you get the shackles off? Not against the Clockwork. They do get back, though.
Nice tower deny there.
Yeah. It's not safe to be here anymore, though, so everybody, they just disengaged. That was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, we thought there was going to be a lot going on there. I think they saw him TP in the mid lane was what happened, so they just back off, and then suddenly it's not very safe. Jeez, that bonus attack speed on a Storm Spirit is terrifying. Because it makes your whole combination that much faster, right? Well, snaking, channeling those wards like we talked about doesn't feel very good when there's a Clockwork in the game, and there is going to be a nice kill coming out from him. SVG will die to Brax's Blood Right, but scout out the ward, or the rune rather, and they'll be able to grab that in the top lane. Envy gets roared top lane. He's just getting chased down by this Beastmaster. He's got these Necro units, pops that war cry. Slow's not there. The boar is a little bit too far away, but guess who is here? It's Quinn. He's gonna start scouting him out. Oh my gosh, Envy actually too dang smart as he doubles back under his tower. They're pinging out the other way now. They have to know. They're like, he can't be anywhere else, guys, but they're gonna find Brax. Nice heal there coming out from this Omni Knight. Dude, Envy is out.
This is like when Warden comes into the prison and he's like, how the hell did this prisoner get away? And they find a 14-foot, or like, sorry, like a 2-mile long tunnel that he's been working on for years here on Envy. Unfortunately, he's his own worst enemy and he moves right back into farming creeps. Envy.
He might survive. Oh no, one more auto attack there from Quinn. That Remnant giving him the vision. A nice wand usage there on MSS, actually giving him the mana he needed. Quinn just gonna zip on out of that Blood Right and the Mortimer Kisses, but he's fallen super low. He's gonna go down. Brax finds it, no problem.
And the other heroes, they use Envy's tunnel that he dug earlier.
Oh, such a good attempt there.
What was that?
They tried to cookie stun the Beastmaster, so Brax knew he couldn't actually get on top of him. So he actually pump faked back this way to get closer to the Snapfire to throw the cookie.
Storm Spirit, his game is slowed down a little bit on Quinn. It's unusual to see him die like that, but you know, he did get baited forward by Eternal Envy just still being there. That man throws everybody off with his gameplay.
That is true, Envy. He's just farming up these ancient camps. Or just ooh, Storm goes right into a shackle and a blood right in some serious trouble. A Stormhammer comes out as well. Silence, he can zip this off. Nice save coming out from MSS. Bottles up an Invis rune. Quinn should be fine here. I think, yep, he's gonna be fine. Wow, what a sick play there. Convenient rune for sure, but MSS, he might be in, oh my gosh, the cogs from SVG. These guys, I don't know how they managed to get out of here. Blood Ride not gonna connect. They're just too dang fast on this IO. He's gonna go back the other way. He's looking for snaking, pops the overcharge. He's gonna start clicking them down. Do you have any more damage? Cogs gonna hold 2 of them in place. This is just a support beatdown, and Brack's just an eyewitness. He's just trying to get into this, and finally gonna start doing some damage. Envy, he's finished farming some ancient camps, swings on by, picks off the little ball of light.
That's a weird looking ancient, says Envy, but I don't mind. 191 gold.
He's like God Strength, like clicking down the ancient camp and just gets a free kill. Yeah. Nice purge there from Moo. Well done. SVG gonna chase after him, but Quinn in some serious trouble. The Mortimer Kisses, they're gonna be enough, I think, if they can actually connect. One more auto attack from Brax. Well done. Those are 2 deaths back to back for the Storm Spirit, is it not?
Yep. Quinn is going to be happy about that one. He's sitting second on the net with chart right there, but you know, Sven, he brought the farm to him right there. He clearing out the ancients. IO trying to play around to the enemy team there. Pretty unfortunate that Envy just happened to be sitting up there. They did a lot of work. They made a lot of space with that clockwork, but he's out.
Dude, he's so smart. He knew if he just like cogs TP, he gets cookied, so he breaks the cog and continues walking forward. Top lane, Envy gets roared once again. The relocate in from the Drow Ranger. They should have the damage, and they do. Snaking, just channeling up on the Beastmaster. Just gonna be a double kill for Yuar. Brax needs to be careful. You don't really have the damage to survive the, or to take down Beastmaster on your own. Unless just TP's out as the relocate takes Yuar out. This game's really close.
It is incredibly close. I think it becomes a little bit easier depending on who gets that first mid tower, because everybody just keeps TPing to it and trying to take fights in the triangle. I mean, on one hand, yes, For Fun are able to take these. They bring on the Storm Spirit multiple times. On the other hand, you know, they have the 2 heroes sitting at the top of the network, and they did just take the tower themselves. They're so good at playing the map. You rarely get objectives from this team when you do manage to win fights against them.
Yeah, I really do like the Necro Book pickup here from the Beastmaster, just making it so the Sven doesn't have many options if he gets roared. You know, you have no God Strength, you can't turn around Stormhammer. And he's committed both roars now this game onto that hero. So Envy, his game is a little bit difficult because of this Beastmaster. They are chasing mid lane. SVG caught by a Rupture, just going to try and walk this out. Does need to be careful, but pops that battery assault. Looks like they can't actually find this connection. Waiting for the Rupture to end to go for the hook shot potentially, but on the top side they do find Yuar. Gus does come out. All right, on the backside, really, they're gonna be able to cancel that Mortimer Kisses, but Yuar in so much trouble as he's just getting stunned up for what feels like forever. Relocate almost gets it. The roar not in time, and now Lelis. Not really what you want to be doing right here.
No. Envy is forced to move away from the creeps, but he's just probably going to pop that magic wand, hit that Mask of Madness, and go to town on this creep.
Ooh, you have a DD Quinn. You do have a DD Quinn here, and Snake King might have regretted sticking around too long.
Yeah, he's all out of mana now, though. Drow, he took so much damage there. God. Yeah, let me add all these up real quick. Do my quick NA math. That was almost 3,000 damage that the Drow Ranger took in that last team fight. The Wisp was keeping him so healed. He had the mech, he had a full stick, he had Fairy Fire.
And he had probably 21 charges on the Drow as well. I mean, they just healed off so much, plus the damage reduction from 3 points in overcharge.
Even with all of that, it wasn't enough.
Yeah. We'll probably see... Yeah, we'll probably see Hurricane Pike after the Yasha on Yuar, if I had to imagine. It's just pretty dang strong. Yeah. The only question, though, is how fast can Envy get an Aghanim Scepter? Ooh, he's going Halberd, huh?
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. You're playing against Storm Spirit, you're playing against Drow, Io. I mean, if you weren't playing Sven, I would say get a Scotty this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Brax or somebody were to pick one up, though. All these ranged cores that you're up against.
Yeah, I was curious. I thought he'd go. I knew he'd go like a status resist build this game on the Sven. It's just so dang good, but the Halberd is a little interesting to me. That was not really what I expected.
I mean, not always is he going to be able to get on top of the target he wants to, or he could just like throw the Heaven's Halberd out onto the Storm Spirit and then throw the Storm Bolt out onto the Drow. That would allow them
Ooh,
to
SVG. Yeah, I mean, 5-hero rotation to the bottom jungle here. He is going to go down. Ryoya snacks it with that triple barrel shotgun. Very nice. MSS relocating bottom to take both of your runes. Look at this guy.
Mr. Steelio Rune.
Mr. Steelio Runes. Hide your runes.
Denying beeps in all chat. They're not going to be happy about that one.
He did do denying beeps. All right, that's pretty funny.
Look at them rip through this tower. Oh my god. The overcharge with Lelis, Beastmaster, all the power of the level 3 Necronomicon, and it's gone. Goodbye to the top tier 2.
That's
going
huge.
to open up shrines.
Yeah, it's 15, almost 16 minutes into the game. Your outpost now belongs to us. Bottom lane, they drop the wards, trying to do the exact same thing, but it's not as strong as a Beastmaster IO. Now, they could choose to defend this if they want. It's a little bit scary, but this tower, it's fine.
Defending itself.
Yeah, it can
Pulling
defend
itself up
itself.
by bootstraps.
Yeah. It's a determined little boy, or dragon, whatever you want to call it. Roshan not going to be able to defend itself, though. It looks like he's just going to go down here. Something dire this way comes, says Lelis, as they just take Roshan. Aegis for Quinn. He's almost got a Bloodstone. What? Just 650 gold away? So, I think you wait for the Bloodstone and then start trying to fight.
Yeah, I mean, things were looking pretty even until just a moment ago, but you're making moves around the map. You're taking towers, snaking. Yeah, there's no reason for you to be here. My man, get back. Oh no, the flare. It catches him out in the very corner, but he doesn't know where everyone else on the team is, so Quinn doesn't opt to go forward. It can be dangerous initiating onto the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Ooh, gobble up. Wait, where? I don't know where the gobble was. It was just farming mid lane, it looks like, and the roar comes out onto Ryoya. They're going to chase down Lelis here. It doesn't look like there's going to be any way out. Atos, yeah, the heal's not going to be in time. They do have it, but this is time for them to reinitiate on the side of Quincy Crew. Brax trapped in these cogs. Great hook shot. You didn't even have to use the hook shot. That was just a plain old walk up and cogsy, brother.
The old walking him, a classic.
Yeah.
Oldie but a goodie.
Still
It's a
on my
rough
record
shot.
player. I don't think I ever took it off.
He's got the rupture off there in that fight. I think he didn't know whether or not his team wanted to take that after he went down, but with Aegis available on the Storm Spirit, I think you just bide your time.
Yeah.
Snaking and be pretty careful, moves sitting behind him, but everybody's fine. Everybody needs to chill out.
I mean, who's not fine? Potentially Envy as Quinn. Is he gonna find him? Dude, drop her. Oh, baby, he's got him. The relocate. No TP. You are in so much trouble, Envy. What a sick find there from Quinn. They flare actually to the left here, right? They flared down this way and like, well, maybe he went right. And boy, was Quinn right on the money. Man, that is gamer sense right there. It gives him the money for his Bloodstone as well, so he goes immediately base, bottles up, clarity's up, full health, full mana, and he is going to be ready to fight. Very sick plays here from Quinn. The jungle? SVG? I mean, these cogs have been so good, but you can't dodge Gobble, I guess. Well, that healing is pretty insane, and the nice gust on the backside catches the Omni Knight. He's able to use the Heavenly Grace to try and get that gap closed there. Roar on the mark. Snapfire gonna fall. Husky. I don't know why I said Husky. He's not in this game, but he's the one normally playing the Omni Knight. Omni Knight goes down, and so does Snaking. I'm just so used to it being Husky, man.
Yeah, they're bringing the hurt right now in Quincy Crew, and the Aegis is still available for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds right now. Envy, they're turning their eyes down here. He's a hard target to bring down, though, 2100 HP.
I mean, you got this Bloodstone. They're going to try for sure. They get the mid-tier 2 tower, obviously. Drow doing some serious work there. And she is going to go for that Hurricane Pike. I love it, man. They're hitting everything they need to on the side of Quincy Crew. And Envy, this Halberd build does not feel like it's really going to pay off.
You know, right now, it feels like you need more damage to blow these heroes up faster. I'm not sure this is... If you're able to constantly take fights, yes. If the enemies are out damaging you, yeah. But it's not just the Drow Ranger getting these kills, you know? Quinn's hopping on to you. Lelis is blowing up your towers and getting on your heroes.
The Gobble Up? It hits both! You're kidding me? They go for the IO right away, but in comes Quinn holding him down, and now that God Strength Not feeling super effective if MSS just tethers to the other side. They can't do anything about it.
Oh, right now, you're wishing you had more gap close on Envy. I think Aghanim Scepter first might have been the play here.
I mean, he gets that stun, right? They followed up Stormhammer immediately, but there's no additional stuns. You have an Omni Knight, you have a Bloodseeker, Snake King, no Blink Dagger, obviously. So how is he gonna get there in time to hold the IO or the Drow down? It's just not gonna happen. In comes Quinn. He's gonna grab Snake King, immediately purged by that Heavenly Grace, dodges the Blood Right. Can he keep chasing is the question. I think, honestly, he feels pretty safe about it. SVG, great cogs. He actually catches the Sven. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. The roar comes out. That's not who he even wanted, but he's going to take it anyway. Envy able to survive on just a fraction of health. Is Storm Spirit stunned inside the base? Can he take down the Shaman? He will eventually. Envy still alive. And they get out. Nice gust, but Quinn, the cookie right on the mark. It doesn't connect. He gets the Bloodstone relocate. You're kidding. Look at MSS, dude. This guy's so freaking good. They're chasing after you are. Stormhammer is there. Moo on the backside, unable to sustain this damage. Will get that purification off. A great gust comes out. Lelis taking the damage for his own team, but Quinn just going right on through. Brax, he doesn't have enough. Yawar just walks on over Envy, and this is looking real rough. Triple kill for Yawar on the Drow Ranger.
There are some things you weren't meant to see.
Just like that, they managed to take the fight again and again. These saves from the Wisp are absolutely insane. They had to drop so much onto that one. Envy, it feels like he just can't get his hands on anyone. You're starting to have these damage problems. When he's hitting people, it's great. The rest of the time, you know, I hold issue with this Royo Snapfire. Yes, you're able to, is having a great score every game. Yes, you have amazing stuff for the cookies, but after these team fights start, it just doesn't feel like it's able to do anything.
Yeah, there was no like good time to use the Mortimer Kisses there, or maybe it was on cooldown. I'm not sure which one it was, but we didn't see it come out in the fight. And Sven has, you know, the components for a halberd. So Yawar just stands his ground, clicks him with those frost arrows, hits him with a gust occasionally, and Sven just stands there running so slow but angrily, right? He's very angry. Just can't actually find a connection onto this Drow Ranger. And Brax is there, right? Brax is doing his damage, but he can't do it all by himself. Quinn just going... Wait. Oh, he TP'd. Okay. He was just trying to one-shot the Shaman, I suppose?
Yep.
That would have been a sick play.
Sitting at half HP. Saw the opportunity and you went for it. They're looking for an opportunity of their own.
They knew he TP'd. They can potentially go here. The smoke does pop on Moo. All right. Clockwork again drops the cogs. They're going to send in the Sven. They have a Stormhammer to follow, but MSS is here. Has the mech. Healing him up. Quinn, he's close by. SVG's alive. He's fine. They pop the Rupture. It doesn't really matter quite yet, but there's the hookshot. The Mortimer Kiss is doing work. Yawar, he just force staffs out of the pit, and Ryoya, he's getting gone on by a DD Storm Spirit. He will fall. Envy on the run. Not much you can do here. 4 heroes about to fall. Triple kills for Quinn on the Storm Spirit, and this is, yeah, they just call it GG. It doesn't feel like there's anything you can do.
They just can't touch them in these fights. They're constantly juking around. The Clockwork playing so well, and you can't even get him at the start. What's the point?
Yeah, Clockwork and IO, dude. They're just doing so much work.
I gotta say, MSS has to be the MVP of this game. His positioning always so good. He's always behind the heroes that they want to initiate on, always healing them up so much, has the wand ready, has the mechanism ready, and in the times that he's not able to save them, he relocates them out. Amazing gameplay out of MSS on that IO.
Yeah, I mean, he's like Moo last game, essentially, right? Moo last game had something like 11,000 healing, a ridiculous number, but MSS has 8,000 healing on the IO in a much shorter game. Like, he's just, like you said, perfectly positioned every single time, making sure that this Sven is not going to have any opportunity to bring down these important heroes. And when we say important heroes, they go on Clockwork, like you pointed out, at the very end of the game here. They get him somewhat low, but it was all a bait. MSS hits him with that huge heal. He comes out with almost half HP, and meanwhile, your Sven, he's got nothing left. He's used his Stormhammer, his God Strength, and he's just stuck in the river. Super immobile, nowhere to go. It's just incredibly well played by Quincy crew.
Yeah, so even though they managed to take a game off of them here on For Fun, Quincy crew once again showing how the reason why they're so strong. They bleed a little bit here and there, but they're not invincible, everyone.
Yep.
But,
nice to
what
see,
do we
man.
got? What do we got next here, Ricky?
Well,
Break it down for the people. Come on, one more game tonight, one more series.
One more series, and it's a South American beatdown of Infamous versus Thunder Predator, which we heard some news about Thunder Predator's roster a little bit earlier. Frank no longer part of the team. Maybe they'll be playing with Sacred once again, which they did pretty well with the other day. That being said, though, Infamous versus Thunder Predator coming up. Both teams competing for that 4th spot in the upper bracket, right? I think, yeah, they're both really close. If either of them 2-0 this series, they take over Cat Jammers. So this is really close. It's on the line for both of them. We might have a 3-way tie if they both go. If this series splits 1-1, we'll have a 3-way tie for that position. So it'll be interesting. I love how close these tournaments have been. It just shows how close the competition is with all these teams. But yeah, we'll be back with just one more series after a short break here on the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13. We'll see you on a little bit.